Hello. There we go. All right. Good morning, everyone. We are thrilled to be presenting this case study today. It was, or is, especially special for us because it's actually a campaign that we had this idea for about 3 years. And for whatever reason, due to multiple business shifts and different dynamics, it kept getting put on the back burner. But we knew that we had a solid insight, we had a compelling human truth, and we had a kick-ass creative execution to bring it to life. And we had to keep pushing for it. And I'm really glad we did, and we'll walk you through the work today and then dive into a little bit more why it matters and how we got there.
Welcome to a very special delivery.
Aww. Let's see. Baby names. Jim. Jimmy. Jimmy John's? That's it. Did you know 50% of moms know what they're eating after they give birth before they know what they're naming their child?
Oh my God!
But this story isn't about baby names. It's about post-birth cravings.
You know what's in this bag?
Sushi.
Mom's first meal after giving birth will taste like magic.
I've been waiting 9 months for this, y'all.
Because after 9 months of no, and certainly not, moms crave it. So in one moment, we delivered it.
Are those storks?
Special delivery, answering the cry for thousands of hungry mothers. During peak baby birth month, Grubhub sponsored mom's first meal after giving birth.
Listen up, moms-to-be. Grubhub is celebrating you by giving out your first meal post-delivery.
Baby out, sushi in. Exactly how she had been dreaming of it.
I cradled my hoagie as much as my newborn.
My delivery driver made the baby book.
Holy sushi.
Grubhub is offering a deal for moms who just gave birth and want their
teaming up with my friends at Grubhub.
We made special deliveries to new moms nationwide. And after we satisfied mom's cravings, we kept showing up for her with free delivery on all baby stuff she needed. Binkies, diapers, wipes, for an entire year after giving birth. So, if you ever meet someone named Jimmy John Sashimi Boat, you know why.
All right, so I actually wanted to change this slide because I don't think anybody in this room would say they think this looks easy. I think what we really do want to highlight before we get into more of the impact it has is beyond the performance of the campaign from a marketing perspective. What was really a positive impact was the fundamental shift we've had in our organization at Grubhub now. And that is really starting to truly prioritize consumer insight-driven campaigns. And that's really important because as a business leader, I work in a very highly commoditized category. It is, and like most commoditized categories, a lot of times we're focused on the short term, right? We need to drum up customer acquisition, get them in quick and show that we're growing. But the challenge is when we do that and we don't focus on long-term growth and really driving loyalty, we're just churning through customers, right? And customer acquisition costs aren't cheap. So we really need to shift our approach to both address the short-term needs with an eye on the long term, and that's really about driving loyalty. There are two figures that I think really kind of illustrate this challenge, especially when it comes to the third-party delivery category. And the first is that $3 billion is spent annually on marketing in the third-party delivery sector. It is one of the fastest growing in the marketing category. Yet, the average 30-day customer retention for the category is less than 5%. So yes, we're bringing people in, but these people are not staying loyal to the business. So we're just constantly, right, treading water to keep our heads above it. Oh. So that led us to our objective and knowing what we needed to do when we first discovered this truth that we'll get to, and that is we need to increase loyalty. How do we make even just a small change in the percentage? If we brought that 5% to 6 or 7%, that would have a huge impact on the business. Second, right, we need to look at not just the short term, but how are we driving long-term brand and sales growth? Because if we're not doing the long term, the short term is honestly just going to be us buying against ourselves. And then the third objective is we want to make sure, right, we're also overachieving on our brand marketing and communications metrics. So part of the key indicators to look at how we're driving loyalty and that long-term growth we need to understand how are we changing consumer attitudes about our brand, perceptions, and ultimately making our brand more preferred over the other, when at the end of the day, we all do the same thing. We just need people to feel more emotionally connected to us. And we landed on just this kind of insight, this aha moment, that some deliveries are more special than others. And it seems deceptively simple, but the path to really digging into that and figuring out what was the execution to bring this to life and how could we connect with people on a deeper level was a bit of a longer journey to get there, because we didn't want to just say, oh, we know some specials some deliveries are more special than others, and then jump to a marketing tactic, which often happens in companies that are focused on short-term growth. We needed to dig deeper, find a human truth that was really emotionally resonant and would help us create that connection with the consumers that would ultimately drive long-term growth.
That's right. It's when you call your strategist, right? Dig deeper. No, like Christopher said, we knew that some deliveries are more special than others. So we dug deeper, and we actually found there's one delivery moment that matters more than any other to mothers. And as you saw in the film, it's the moment right after she gives birth. I love her face is like painful, but she's really excited about her meal, trust me. Quick raise of hands. How many of you guys have actually anticipated a meal after a big life event? Say a wedding, a wedding, a marathon, thank you. I made my team raise their hand even if they didn't. So that's great, but imagine feeling that, not just for a moment, but for 9 months. 9 months when we talk to moms. They crave it. They dream about it. They're obsessed over it. We knew this moment was special. This is not a look of hunger. This is a look of anticipation. We saw it all over social, and we knew we really had to tap into it. So we also noticed that half these moms said they knew exactly what they wanted to eat for their dream meal 6 months in before the baby was born. More surprisingly, 51% of people said it's the thing that they look forward to the most after they have a baby. Not bonding with the baby, get that mom a burger, right? This is my favorite because it's so relatable. Nearly all moms knew their dream meal before they knew the name of their kid. Names are hard. My kids just want to change their names, so I don't even know why I tried so hard. So we delivered. Special delivery. We delivered to mom's hospital rooms. Marnie gave a shout out earlier to Grubhub Plus because we knew we couldn't stop there. We knew if we just did a one-time promotion, that's not going to gain loyalty. That's a transaction. We needed to be there and show up for the first year when things are hard. Pacifiers in the middle of the night when you can't find it. Diapers, formula. We showed up. But what was the right time to show up? Does anybody know when the most babies are born? What month? Kind of. August through September. Where are my Leos? Shout out to all my Leos. There you go. Yeah, exactly. We had to show up in August, peak baby month. We launched on July 29th, and we didn't stop there. How do we go to market? What is actually going to work? Not this. We specifically avoided traditional advertising. And not just because we're an Earn First agency, but because we asked moms. And moms trust other moms 9 times more than they trust brands. So we had to join their community. Any moms here know it is a powerful community. It is a big community. And we had to find one who was going to deliver in August. So we found Ashley from The Bachelor for our influencer campaign. And she was great. She was raw. She was authentic. And she was already sharing her journey and sharing her cravings. So she was the perfect person to talk about our special delivery at the right time. And she delivered.
Yeah, so she did. The campaign delivered. The results. It was a huge success. It's something that the company still we hold up as like a beacon of best in class when it comes to earn creative, and beyond just the numbers, which we'll go through. Again, I mentioned it created kind of this fundamental shift at the organization, and all you need, honestly, if you work at a company and the culture is afraid to do this type of work, just do one, because you can use that one and show the success, leverage it, and it opens the door to doing more. It's why this year we were able to bring back the iconic dollar sliced cheese pizza to New York City, bringing back a cultural institution when it comes to food. It's why in a couple of weeks we are launching snooze insurance, where we learned that 66% of college students have passed out before their meal arrived.
Guilty.
So yeah, I did it outside of college. So we
not
want
now, not now.
we want to be there for people in a really meaningful way. And look, like we could just say, here's $15 off, but when you connect it to something that is a consumer truth, it's so much more powerful, and that's really how you're going to drive that long-term growth. The campaign for special delivery, we dropped thousands of codes each week throughout the month of August. Each time we did, they were gone in 60 seconds or less. The response from media, on social, extremely positive. We even had influencers we didn't have to pay for this because they just thought this was so special and it spoke so authentically to them and their followers that they were happy to talk about it on their channel. So it was a real success from that perspective. 99% positive sentiment, which is fantastic, because even when you have an amazing promo that's tied to something that has an emotional human truth behind it, you still get trolls, but the fact that we had 99% of non-trolls, it was amazing. And then we did brand metric list studies, and we actually drove a 54% lift on loyalty. So those said they would stick with the brand. And then we also looked at and did some modeling to find that we were able to secure with those exposed to this campaign and who opted in, it would actually contribute to $226 million in lifetime revenue based on the average orders they spend and for how long they were going to stay with the brand. So it's a great success, and as I said, we're going to do more of those. And I think again, just we have to hold on to these special things because they really do make a huge impact.
Thank you.